Hi, I'm Carl Harris with Rosie Sterling Silver. Today we're at the beautiful San Juan Bautista Mission in San Juan Bautista, California. We're going to be shooting a video today on making some Guadalupe Poppy Jasper earrings. We're going to be at Luke Curb's shop. It's just right over here. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. We also appreciate any comments you add to the video. Come on in. Let's go over the material list we're going to need today. We're going to start with some 30 gauge sterling silver sheet, some galling wire, very small for these stones, 2 Cabochon stones, some 20 gauge small jump rings, and some sterling silver solder in hard, medium, and easy. The hand tools will be a basic torch, a soldering stand, some third hand flux and pliers. Real basic jewelry tools. The first step we're going to do is wrap the stones with some galling wire. Let's move over to the bench and get started. We're going to start by putting a bend in the galling wire about halfway down the stone. We're going to use a small pair of pliers and grab the galling wire in the gap here. And then while we hold that, we're going to wrap the wire around here and we're going to mark where to cut the wire. We're going to use a pair of flush cut side cutters for this. And we'll fit this together and be ready to solder. We're going to add a little bit of flux at the intersection of the wires here. And then a very small piece of hard solder, because we don't want too much solder to fill up the wire here. And now we'll bring the torch up, slowly heat the wire until the solder flows. Absolutely perfect on that one. We're going to repeat the process for the second stone. There we went. Excellent. Now that our bezels are soldered together, we're going to fit them to the stone and confirm that both of these fit nicely, and then shape them and they're ready to put on a backing plate. Now that we have the bezel wire on the stones and we're happy with the fit, we're going to place it onto a piece of 30 gauge silver sheet and we're going to mark out where these are going to sit. With these positioned here, we'll mark for our hallmark stamps. We're going to hallmark the back of this piece where we just marked it. We're going to add some flux to our backing plate, then we'll apply the bezels. By marking our stamp first, we can see our stamp through there. It'll help us in positioning the bezel so that it shows through when we're done with our solder. We're going to cut 3 small pieces of medium solder, and then we're going to position the solder around the outside of the bezel in 3 or 4 places. We're going to do both. We're trying to slowly dry this solder out so it won't move our parts before we solder them together. There goes the flow. At this point, we're ready to cool these off and cut them out. We're using a number 8/0 saw blade to cut out this 30 gauge backing plate. Once we've completely cut out our bezel material, we're going to take and sand off these rough edges and make this into a smooth piece. We're going to take and apply a 20 gauge jump ring to the top of these earrings for the hooks to fit into. And then we're going to use our third hand to hold the jump ring for us while we solder it on. We're going to apply a small piece of flux and a small piece of solder. Once we have the solder on here, we'll work the torch and join the two together. And now we'll move the heat up to the jump ring area, heating the back and the jump ring at the same time. We're going to repeat the process, the second earring, a little bit of flux, a small piece of solder. That one flowed perfect. Now that we have both of these jump rings soldered on, we're going to let them rest in the pickle pot for a couple minutes.
A few moments later.
I've got our silver back from the pickle pot. We're going to begin the process of polishing and setting the stones. I'm going to use a piece of dental floss and put it across the cup and set our stone in there and check for a fit. The dental floss aids in removing the stone if we have to. Both of these stones fit nicely in here. And so now we'll begin the process of setting the bezel onto the stone. We're going to use a rocker, a bezel rocker here. We're going to start at the top and we're going to start working these fingers of the gallery wire onto the stone. We'll work our way all the way around a couple times until this is completely set. We'll use the back of the burnishing tool and roll the fingers over tight against the stone. And we're going to repeat the process with the second stone. Now that we have the bezel down and we're happy with how it's sitting, we're going to start the polishing process. Today we're going to polish with a Dremel and a flex shaft. Now that we have these set of earrings polished, it's time to apply the hooks. We're going to open this jump ring on the bottom of the earring wire sideways so that we don't distort the circle. Then we'll put it onto the earring we just made with the gap as tight as possible. And then our earring is complete. We'll do the same with the second one. If you'd like to win these sterling silver Poppy Jasper earrings, we're doing a free giveaway. To be eligible to win this pair of earrings, you only need to do two things. Hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below. The winner will be randomly selected at the conclusion of our contest on July 1st, 2022. The earrings will be sent to the winner. I'm Carl Harris. Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to visit our website for upcoming events, silversmithing techniques, and links to our new videos at rosiessterlingsilver.com. Hey, we'll see you next time.